Hey guys, and welcome back to my world. Right, so I'm still in Minecraft 1.7 or the 13W36B snapshot. So if anything has changed with these commands, with the release of 1.7, please look at the description for an updated tutorial, or look at, if you're on the web, look at the annotation. Okay. At the moment, nothing's changed, just watch this video. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn a chest, which I'll show you in a moment how to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to spawn a chest with multiple items in it. Okay, so let me show you that again. So we're going to spawn a chest. We're going to spawn a chest. Okay, with nothing in it, and then we're going to spawn another chest with multiple items in it. Okay, or by just changing a few parameters in here, we can actually, I'm just going to change this 0.09 to 1. Okay, we can now actually spawn the chest with the items in it as well. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so this is actually quite basic and quite simple. So it's using the new summon FallingSand. So what I'm doing here is I'm summoning FallingSand that is relative on the x axis of 2 blocks, so it's going to spawn 2 blocks away. It's 1, 2, okay, and it's relative -1 on the y axis, so -1 is boom down. So this is 1 -1 is the red block, so it'll spawn right there, and the z is just exactly where it is, right? Now, so this tag over here tells you what the item is you're going to be summoning, and then this tag over here tells you all the data that's associated with that item. Okay, so the tile ID of that FallingSand, once it actually spawns, is going to be 54, which is a chest, and the time it's going to take to spawn is 1. Okay, so it'll just instantly be there. If that is 0, it won't spawn at all. So if I just hit the 0 there, okay, you'll see it'll just fall and do nothing. Okay, so it needs to be at least 1. If you are replacing, so this is why this block over here had a time to live of 0.9, okay, because that will replace it, so 0.9. So if I now do this, you'll see that it won't spawn unless there is already a block in there. All right, and then also it won't actually replace the block unless it is exactly the same block. So you'll see nothing will happen. Okay, it won't change unless it has to be a chest. So it has to be a chest for it to be replaced. Okay, so anyway, that is the replacing aspect of it. So now what you want to do is, if you want to actually put items inside that chest, okay, let's just quickly change this again. So we're going to change this time to 1. Right, so you'll see that the command stays exactly the same. Summon FallingSand tilde -2 tilde -1. So this time it's -2 because we're going to the left. Right, tile 54 and time 1. So this is exactly the same as it was before. Okay, now what we're adding, we're actually going to be adding data to the entity we are now spawning. So this tile ID here, so this chest we're spawning, we are now going to be adding data to it. So we go TileEntityData colon, and then we're going to open up a new curly brackets, because this is going to be a new unit or new set of data that's only associated with this TileEntityData. Okay, it's not associated with that. Okay, now we can have multiple items, so we're going to say items. Now once again, now because we've got items over here, we now need to specify that we're going to have a number of these items. So we're not just going to have a sword, we're going to have item, a sword, a chest, blah blah blah. So we now need to open up square brackets just to tell Minecraft, listen, group all of these together under the items tag over here, and group all of that together under the TileEntityData. Okay, so then we're going to add a tag. So we're going to open up a bracket again, just so that we can do what. So this is going to be the first item in the chest. So we need to open up a bracket to specify that there's going to be an item and all the data associated with that item. So the ID is 276, which is a diamond sword. Very, very important, because this is what a lot of people are not getting right. It's slot 1. So this is in that chest. Put it in this first, well, not the first slot, the second slot, because the first slot is 0. So actually, let's change that around so you can see. So put this in slot 0. So this is going to be the first slot in the chest. When you leave that out, the items just overwrite each other. So if you've got 10 items in there, you'll only ever see one item because it keeps on putting it on top of each other. Okay, and then very, very important, we want a count at least of 1. Okay, if you don't have the count, if you don't add the count, these items become phantom items and will break the first time you actually hit something or do something with the item. Okay, and then we are going to give it a comma. Okay, just to say that we are now going to be doing a second item in that chest. The ID is 277, which is a diamond, a diamond spade. What the hell is shovel? Diamond shovel. Okay, we are going to put in slots 1. Okay, so because we changed the 1 over here to 1, we're now going to put this to 0. We're going to put this in slot 1, which means it'll be the second slot, and we're going to give it a count of 2. Okay, so let me just get rid of that, and if I do that now, you'll see there it is. Okay, so this is in the first slot, and this is in the second slot. Now, if we add another, now we can add another item, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to actually give it a count, so you guys can actually see what it is. So we're going to go right to the end here. We're going to give it a comma. We're going to open up and close our curly brackets straight away. This just stops us from having open tags and getting errors and stuff like that. So always remember, open and close your tags straight away. Right, we go back into it. We're going to go ID colon 268, which should be a wooden sword. We go slot number, where are we, 2. Okay, and that's it. Oh, slot colon 2. Okay, and that is it. So if I now save this, done, and I hit that, you'll now see we now have a diamond sword, a diamond shovel, and a wooden sword. So if I now take this wooden sword, this is now a phantom object because it doesn't have it has an object, a count of 0. Okay, so it doesn't actually exist. If I hit this horse, you'll see it'll disappear straight away. Okay, did you see that? It disappeared straight away. Also, if I summon this chest and I break the chest, you'll see it won't actually even appear. It won't even drop. Okay, so it's very, very important that you put in a count. The moment I put in a count, even if it's just 1, count of 1, okay, and I summon it, okay, now when I use this wooden sword, you can see I can hit as much and as many as I want. Okay. Oh, by the way, what did you like my little skeleton guards? Basically, what happened is, and this is quite an accident, I put a saddle on a horse, okay, and then I mounted the skeleton on the horse, hoping that something interesting would happen, like the skeleton would actually, drive the horse. But nothing happened. So if I go into game mode 0, which is survival, you'll see that even though they look at me, they don't do anything. So the horse is waiting for a signal to move, but because it's not a player and no signal to move is being given, they are just, in effect, just very cool looking statues. Okay, that's it. Cool. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will check you all later.